A cancer journey sharing in the face of recurrence by Dr. Maria Agnes Z. Mabolo, breast cancer, year 21.
Good day, everyone. I hope and pray that today finds you well and safe. I am Maria Agnes Mabolo, a cancer fighter and a survivor. My cancer journey began in the year 2000. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 3B. I underwent a modified radical mastectomy without chemotherapy. I had been diligent in monitoring my health status for the first 5 years. Complacency set in after the fifth year, confident that my cancer was in remission and that I had a clean bill of health. In 2015, 15 years after my first diagnosis, I was again diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 4, with metastasis to the lungs. I felt devastated and in desperation grabbed at all possible straws. I started to take different kinds of herbal medications and submitted myself to chemotherapy. I went into depression on my fourth chemo cycle. Right after my fourth chemo session, I decided to call it quits. I didn't want to continue treatment, but my family rallied behind me, and my faith in the Lord and the support of my family helped me go through those trying times, and I continued my treatment. My doctor was very understanding and allowed me to take a sedative, anti-anxiety medications between or before each treatment. I completed 21 chemo treatment sessions and I survived. However, I did not have a repeat CT scan after the treatment. I trusted that I was clean. I had no more cough. I had no more symptoms. I gained weight. I felt good. Once again, I was astute in monitoring my health status for the next 5 years. However, in January 2020, I began to have low back pains radiating to the right leg. Sometimes there was loss of strength in the right leg, but I put off going for a checkup. For me, those pains were caused by exhaustion and tiredness due to the hectic work schedules that I had. So I self-medicated with pain medications until the pain became extremely unbearable that I could no longer walk. But still in denial, I did not go to my oncologist. I went to an orthopedic specialist and I was diagnosed with spinal nerve compression and was advised spinal surgery. This was not done because during that time, the pandemic had already struck the Philippines and I could not go out nor could I travel to Manila for the surgery. I was bedridden for 6 months, June to December of 2020. In January, during this time, during the 6 months, my father came over to the house almost every week to do some prayer sessions and Bible study. My faith in the Lord increased and my knowledge of God increased tremendously. In January 2021, I went for a repeat MRI and submitted myself to all types of tests and medical procedures. This time, I wanted a thorough diagnosis. I was determined to accept the possibility that I had cancer for the third time. My hunch was right. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 4, with metastasis to the lung and bone. I did not feel as devastated as I had been in 2015, probably because I had gotten older and I had learned to rely on God for His favor and His mercies. I also knew I did not lapse in the monitoring of my health status. Although I delayed in doing a bone scan, which in retrospect, had I done this earlier, I would have been diagnosed much earlier. This time, I left everything in God's hands. Fast forward to today, I have undergone 10 sessions of radiation therapy. I almost died in March. I had metabolic acidosis and I was hospitalized for 2 weeks. I was unconscious. Rather, I was conscious, but I was incoherent and I was not oriented to time, place, or person for a week and a half. I had undergone 6 chemotherapy sessions, and right now I am still undergoing what my oncologist terms as the maintenance phase of treatment with Herceptin and Zometa every 21 days on an outpatient basis. I have realized that God has plans for me, and my mission on earth is not yet over. God wants me to continue living and to be a testament to His power and His grace. To be able to show the world that miracles do happen and that He exists. And I am one of those miracles. I thank the Lord every day for the gift of life and for His provisions, especially for my continued treatment and our family's daily living. To all of you diagnosed with cancer, let us continue to fight and trust in to provide and trust in God to provide healing, the resources and the strength and fortitude to press on to fight the good fight. To all relatives, friends, family members of those living with cancer, continue to provide emotional, psychological, and spiritual support. Bend your knees and pray for without ceasing for God's healing. For this in itself helps strengthen us who are cancer fighters. For cancer fighters, cancer survivors, cancer is a lifestyle. Keep fighting, don't lose hope. Cling on the thread that connects us to God. If anyone tells you that you are beyond cure, don't believe it. God is still working. God is busy performing miracles in our lives. For if God was able to raise Lazarus from the dead, he is he not able to heal us who are alive? So I would say to God be the glory.